Workshops and talks are a fantastic way of getting yourself more known and sharing your expertise with a wider audience and being seen as an expert within your industry. Yet, so many people have never done it before or aren't sure of how to design an effective workshop and talk. Now, I have been doing that for over 20 years. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some of the common mistakes that people make and give you some hints and tips so that you can design effective and fantastic workshops and talks that are going to help you to grow your own brilliant business. If you are new here, welcome. Thank you very much for joining me. Please do consider having a look at some of the other videos on my channel. And if you like what I do, then do subscribe. So then you don't miss the videos. I release a video every week. And for those of you that are returning, welcome back. It's great to see you once again. So designing talks and workshops. I think one of the things that people get wrong is they design their talk and the workshop from their own expert point of view without really putting themselves into the shoes of the audience that you're going to be delivering that workshop or talk for. And that means that sometimes it can sort of go over their head or not cover bits of a topic that they would really like to learn. So I always advise people to think about the audience that they will be delivering this particular thing for, and to think about what's going to be their questions, what are the elements of whatever topic you're choosing that they really would like to know, what would excite them in that particular area or that topic or that sort of knowledge to know, and design your talk or your workshop from that point of view. The next tip that I like to give is about not over delivering and not cramming in so much information. So especially if you're using a presentation, I've seen presentations that have got so much information on the slides that they're really difficult to read, or they might as well just have given you the presentation because every single thing that they say is on the slide. Slides should really supplement what it is that you're talking about, not be the whole information of what it is that you're gonna give. So keep your slides, if you're using slides, to be interesting kind of tidbits, not the entire of your presentation. And don't overwhelm people. Time goes really quickly when you're delivering something. So less is more, because it gives people time to absorb the information that you're giving them. So don't cram in so much that then you have to really speed up the way that you talk in order to get all of that information across. You're better off doing an activity to implement a point that you're trying to make, or a reflection exercise, or something that helps them to absorb the information that you're giving, rather than, I kind of get it, people, we know a lot, from our training and from our experience, we know a lot, and we want to do the best for the audience, and we feel like we've got so much to share, but that leads us then to pack in so much into the workshop that people are overwhelmed and can't take it away. So realize that your workshop is going to be part of their learning journey. You don't have to tell them everything in one workshop. Kind of introduce it or take them a certain number of steps and then leave them wanting more. The next one is about calls to actions. It is absolutely fine that you are a business, and the reason that you're doing this corporate talk or workshop is to tell people about the amazing service that you offer, or a particular launch that you've got of something that you've created, or a particular offer that you've created for that audience. Don't shy away from that. It needs to be really clear and deliver it with confidence. It's not necessarily, it is selling, but I don't call it selling. I call it service. Like, how can you serve them? So many people deliver a fantastic presentation and then leave people hanging. And they're like, I really like her or him. I'd love to work with them. But they've no idea how to get in touch with you, or no idea kind of what the next step would be if they want to work with you. Allow people, make it easy for them to work with you, make it easy for them to take the next step. Just tell them what it is that you do and how they can take that next step with you. The next thing for designing talks and workshops is I want you to think about that first bit, that first thing that you say. How can you create that as a hook? How can you grab their attention? So many people start off with, hi, you know, these are the learning outcomes for the workshop. And you're not engaging anybody really. So how can you write those learning objectives in a way that's really going to hook them in, or talk about it in a way that's going to hook them in? So many people say, oh, this is me and this is what I do. Again, boring. Like, what's that hook? What's that beginning bit? You could share a stat, you could share a story, you could share something that they wouldn't know. You could share a little kind of detail about your background that's really relevant to the information that you're going to learn, or how you applied that particular information and what outcome it had for you. Share something exciting or interesting or different, like a quote or a story or I don't know, comedy. It depends on the audience, depends on what you're creating. But think about that first little bit of what you're going to say and make it something that is actually quite interesting, so that you've got them, you've kind of hooked them into the talk. And the last thing is about nerves and about handling your nerves and realizing that I deliver to one person the same way that I deliver to 300. I don't change the way that I'm talking. I don't change the way that I'm being, because I'm delivering for 300 people or 400 or 500 or however many people are in the room. I talk as if I'm talking to one person and I'm really helping them, because that is a way of kind of realizing that you are there to serve, and they are there to take on your knowledge and listen. Getting over the nerves is about practice. It's about doing it and practicing and using the techniques that we all tell everyone else to regulate our nervous system, such as breathing or you know, seeing things go well, practicing that visualization of going well. But I always walk onto a stage or start a workshop with that vision of everybody being on my side, not like they're an enemy that I need to win over or I need to beat, because that's really stress and anxiety inducing. So if you struggle with nerves, I'd say start visualizing the fact that everybody's on your side. Talk as if you're talking to one person, just the same as you would if you were talking to one person, even though you're talking to a room. Do some of the strategies that you've got in your kit, such as the breathing, to kind of regulate your nervous system beforehand, and give it a go, because the only way that you get better at this stuff is by practicing. And for that reason, you have to set up something that is like a smaller thing, give it a go, do it again. And the more that you do something, then the more familiar and the more in your comfort zone you will be. I personally absolutely love doing workshops and talks. I think it really energizes me to share what I know within a group of people, and I get so much feedback from them as well around how they have how something I've shared has resonated with them, or how that reflects in their own life. It's such a joyous way to market yourself and market your expertise. I hope that you use the tips within this video to encourage yourself to give it a go and get out there and design some really effective, fantastic workshops and talks for growing your private practice or your healthpreneur business. If you've liked this video and what I've shared, then please do hit the like button. Leave me your comments below, like what strategies have you used to get over nerves in terms of doing workshops and talks for your business. That'd be great. Or if you've got any questions about this particular topic, then do pop them below. And that is it. And I will see you next week for the next video. Thank you very much, and I'll see you there.